Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gertrude Chapman, inspirational book coach and the creator of the Aspiring Authors Lab, where I teach aspiring authors who are struggling with self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth issues how to cut through the clutter, stop procrastinating, leverage their knowledge, and create an income. Thank you for joining me today. And I want to teach you to always be earning money. You have to break the fears and be productive and profitable. And I know that you have the capacity to create seven figures and beyond. You do. You do. And today, I'm going to talk about how you can rev up, your social platform. And one of the things is by posting regularly on social media. That's something that's very important, posting regularly. And you have to map out how often you'll be posting because this is something that will help you along the way. You just can't, post regular one week and forget about it the next week. And, you have to do this systematically. You have to always, create that attention and create that energy that you want to attract people to your platform. Now, we've always talked about this, the energy. The energy comes from you. It comes from you as being the creator of your book, okay? The energy comes from you to electrify, your platform, to electrify your profile, This is something that's very important, and you should never, neglect posting daily on social media, And when you create this, when you map it out, it gives you an idea what you're going to do. You consider, creating a social media calendar in which you map out what you will post each day. Do it at least 30 days, okay, in advance. So you know exactly what you're going to say. Because when you do this, you position, and I know I'm going deep here, okay? You're positioning yourself, you positioning your content. So that's why 30 days, this is part of the vision. This is part of where you're leading people to go. And I'm just going to leave that right there to give you something to think about, okay? Even if it's a week in advance, okay? A month in advance or a year in advance, this calendar should include what you're going to post as well as when you're going to post it, okay? What you're going to post and how often you're going to post, okay? And I would say post at least once per day. Because when you do that, it keeps your social media profile active. And it shows your followers that you are engaging on social media. You don't want a dead account. You don't want a cold account. You don't want that to happen. You post this week and we don't see you for the next 2 weeks. Okay? We don't see you. So post things that are relevant to your audience and be active on there because, even if a person doesn't like the post, even if you can't even see that they're there, they're there. They are right there. Because, you can't count on the likes. There are people that's watching and they may not like, or they may not check the like button, put it that way, but they're reading. They're getting information from the post. So when you don't show up, guess what? You remember we talked about that before, about showing up, being that expert that people are counting on. Thank you for joining me today. Be that expert, always showing up and showing up powerfully because you are the voice for somebody. You're not the voice for everybody, but you are the voice for somebody. And, by mapping out exactly what you're going to do, exactly what you're going to say, well, that gives you even more content when you do your live streams, when you do your blog posts, all of those things can be wrapped around, what you're going to post that day. So you see how, it makes it interesting. So there should never be a reason why you don't post, or you should never have an excuse not to post by saying you don't know what to post. Because there's tons of ideas. There's tons of things that you could even post, okay? Because there are different formats. Look at it this way. Say you're going to post on social media. You could post text on social media. You could post images on social media. You could do videos on social media. You could do polls or quizzes or whatever. Okay, whatever is connected to your product, your service, your book, your business, whatever's connected to it. You could always make it interesting. It doesn't have to be the same thing day in and day out, week in and week out. Okay, you can switch it up, but make it inviting, make it interesting. Light a fire under it that it will attract your ideal audience. Okay, that it will attract your ideal audience. So always show up, and don't forget to utilize a social media calendar where you map out. Don't let it become a burden, because a lot of times why people don't post is because they forget. They don't do the map. They don't do at least 7 days. Okay, if you can't do 30, do at least 7. So you'll always have that information there. So it won't become a burden, or it won't become a problem where you say, well, I don't have time. I don't have time to. There's something for that too. Okay, it's called automation. So there's always an answer for a situation that you might find yourself in. But take out the time to map out what you're going to post and do it regularly. That's one of the most a big challenge for many business owners and many authors. That's the challenge right there. They don't have the time. They don't have the time. But there's always a way. There's always a way. Because if you're not consistent, you have to mind how you're showing up. If you're not consistent, what happens is you lose the attention of your audience. There's millions of things that's being posted every single day. And if you're not consistent, what happens is your audience will turn their attention somewhere else. So that person who's always there, they're reading your posts, they're liking your posts, or whatever they may do, may engage back with you, and you stop posting, guess what? They may go somewhere else. Because now they're going to the person where they're looking for the answers to their questions, the questions that they're answered, that they need answered. So when you consider yourself an expert, you have to continue to show up for your audience. Don't neglect them. Always show up. So I hope that I have added some value to you by sharing this with you, this tip with you, because this is a very vital tip. Okay, and I want you not to don't forget to share the broadcast, because you don't know what somebody else needs. You don't know what your friend needs. You don't know what your coworker needs. You just don't know. Okay, they may need to hear something to inspire them to take the next step in their life. So with that being said, why don't you visit my website and see and find some products or services that can help you to be productive and profitable. Be that productive and profitable author that you desire to be. And I know that you can do it. So go to www.turningpointenrichment.com. Again, I'm going to say that, www.turningpointenrichment.com. And I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join with me today. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, Inspirational Book Coach. And remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. So have a great rest of the day.